So I'm ready to put this other engine back on now, which I've just gone and dropped petrol out of it, which is annoying again. But I'm going to try and I'm just going to push it over. I'm going to try and push the crankshaft over the belt. But I do think I might have to sort of sort that out underneath when I get there. We'll see. So I'm ready to see if I can get the engine bolts back in now. Which is a trick. It's easier when you get to this stage if you've got someone to help you. But what I'm going to do, I'll do that off camera to get them in, because it's a bit difficult. I've got to try and put my hand underneath as I'm putting them in. And there is this has fell off as well. Where are we? That's fell off as well. So what I'll do, I'll start them just so I can tip it to the side now and get some of the others in. I've just got that last one to go. Where is that? Losing stuff now. Found it. So now that if I tighten that one up as well. I'm gonna struggle a little bit with that belt, but we'll see how we can get around that. Oh, I just got to get a bit more comfy. So now this one can come back out, which is gonna have to get that bit back in. Like I said, when it comes to actually putting the engine back on, if you've got an extra pair of hands, it does actually help quite a bit. Don't seem to want to start at the moment. Let's see if we can get that one in line first. I said I might have to think out when that started, so the other one shouldn't far out. So you can start that one. We can't, so annoyingly that one must be slightly out of line. Loosen them off a little bit. We have started it. So this is when you could, once started, you could get the impact on it now. I'm just not going to bother because I'm already here with a tool. What you don't particularly want to have to do is to take the spring off on the drive. I'll show you that in a minute, because that is a bit of a pain to get back on. It's a bit, yeah, it is a bit difficult. These mowers, because of the mulching system, they've got quite a lot going on, so it does just make disassembling and reassembling that little bit more difficult. I've done quite a few in the past, but like I said, not for us. Might have done one early last year or early year before. I might have done, but I can't quite remember when it was now. So this deck's good. Got slightly little dink out of it, but not in any important places. And I don't think it's got any cracks. So yeah, that's done. So my job is now to start fitting all this lot back on. It would have actually been easier if I'd done this first, but I'm going to have to try and get round it now. That's got to go under there like so. It isn't actually going to be too hard. And then that bolts through there. Luckily I heard that one fall right all the way through, so I'll have to get it in a sec. If I'm careful I can do this with the impact and line the other one up. Yeah, you can get carried away in the impacts, and sometimes it's just wise just to do it by hand. You can easily snap off. You don't want to snap off a bolt in the bottom of this engine. It's going to cause our end of hassles. So yep, that's done that. That's on there. With a little bit of gentle persuasion, I managed to get that keyway in. And I'm sure it goes. There's one at the top, but I don't think there's one at the bottom. I will find out before long, no doubt. I'll just have to gently tap that on there. Then I've got to try to tension the drive up to do it. I don't like doing this bit because I've broke fins on it before. But let me see if I can find something suitable. And if I can get it in the right place, I won't break a fin. Probably in there. I'll show you how I do this later. I just want to get this on at the minute. And go around the top. We're on, and I haven't broke a fin. So yeah, we're moving along quite well with this really. That will go through there like so. You can see that okay. And yeah, I'm running a bit low on camera battery, so hopefully I can do this before. So now let me just get the other torch. So you might have lost out a little bit on a bit of light then. But this bit goes on next. That bit there, square, goes over there. So I'm hoping I'm doing this in the right order. I think I am. That's gone on lovely. The spring's got to go in from there to there. So yeah, I just found one and put that in there. I'm sure it has to have one. Now I've gone and mislaid the other bit for the blade bit. Oh, there it is. I put it up there. So yeah, I can see the mark where one was as well. But just because there's a mark for two of them on an engine doesn't always mean it has to have two. But yeah, I'm sure it's right. I started reassembling it and I forgot the cable, so I've just had to take that back off. But I think actually I didn't have to release it at the top. I think that's in there okay, so that's the result. Now I've got to try and get that spring on, which I think is probably still is easier that way. Which way around do we do that? Well, funny thing, it was like that before. So let's see if we can just get that on. Come on. It's on. So that's that done. Now I think I can put the rest back on. Actually, it all fell apart, but I believe I put it all back together okay. Now let's go for it now to try and get this back on. Then I think everything is okay under there. I can't really test it yet, but when once it's up the other way around, which will be in a minute, I can test that, and I can sort of tell by test whether it by just pulling it whether it's working okay. Whether it makes a noise or something afterwards, I don't know, but anyway, I've tightened that up, so for the moment that will do. I'll just see if that, yeah, the engine turns round okay, which it should do, because that should turn and the blades not work until they've been engaged. But we shall see how that goes when that's the other way around. So I'll turn it over and then, yeah, get on with fitting the other side up. I could actually, though, quickly, I'm going to change the blade, but I could quickly just put the blade on, because when I test it, it needs to be on. And then if it's all successful, I'll give it a service and everything clean up, and then it'll be put away ready for spring. So there we go. That underneath part is actually, well, hopefully done. I'm ready to put the exhaust back on now. I managed to get off the other engine. I'll probably do a separate video of that, or you've seen it already, of how I did that. It's just a little knack to get tight bolts out. So that might help you. And yeah, I'll see if I can just tighten it up, which it shouldn't be a problem now. I put some WD-40 on as well in the threads of this. I won't bother. I have got a new guard, but I'm not sure where it is at the moment, and to try it, it's not going to really matter. So to complete the video, what I shall do, yeah, what I shall do is just get it sort of up and running, and then I can do the finishing off bits afterwards. I'm a little bit worried about that bolt at the bottom. It decided to get a little bit tight. That one's gone fine. That one, a bit worrying now. Or the one that was troublesome on the other one. At least I didn't actually snap it off in the other engine. Yeah, I would just put a little bit more WD in there. This is a different stud, and it looks actually better, but yeah, don't feel brilliant. It's going alright at the moment, but it didn't get tight. If not, I'm going to have to put a washer on it, because it's going in tight, but if this one pulls it tight, that will do the job. It's gone in a lot better, that one. And all the better bolts are only 6mm. You can easily, you know, they're not very strong. So that exhaust is done now. Yeah, that's actually worked out okay. No feels. That's brilliant. So I started trying to put the recoil on and everything, and I had to change them. They were different in this one than the other one. So I should be all set now to get this back on. Like that. I've got these washers I'll put back on as well. They just actually fit over the top of them like so. 3 nuts. Then I think all I've basically got to do is put a bit of oil in it, and then I think we'll be ready for startup, which is good. It means I'll have this one off my plate pretty quick. Laura used it last, so she can clean it. I'll get the pressure washer out in the next few days and yeah, give that a good clean down. So all I've got to do is put the air filter cover on. Air filter isn't great, but to start it up it'll be okay. Like I said, I'll give it a service. And you never know when you start them up first, if they smoke a bit and throw a bit into the air filter, so it's always wise to, you want to dirty up a nice new filter. So yeah, I've just got to remember the oil. It's got fuel in it, because there's some already in the tank. I might just better give it a quick start up. It's got a bit dark now, but we'll see if we can do that. I hope you can hear me okay. I've got the mower out now. I've put some fresh fuel in it, and I'm going to try and start it. So here we go. cold day, so I'll let it warm up a bit. So there you go, it runs okay. I still think the carb might need a clean out. Also the choke cable needs a little bit of adjustment, but apart from that, that's why I wasn't starting, because it's not, if you look there, that outer bit needs to be cut off a little bit or readjusted. I'll sort that out. But yeah, it's up and running, it does the job. I think also the slow tick over needs to just be adjusted a little bit as well, but I'll look into all of that when I service it. But we've got this refurbed, well, the engine I did the crank on the mower now. It doesn't shake when I start it up, the blades, so the crank's nice and straight, as it should have been, because I was sure it was a good straight crank. So yeah, this one that had a bent crank in it is now been sorted, and I haven't got smoky mower over. You can see it doesn't smoke over. So yeah, that's sorted quite a few of the issues on this machine. Just needs a good clean up, as you can see, and a service, exhaust guard on, bits and pieces, and we'll be done. So I hope you enjoyed this little series of well, a little two-part series of changing the engine on this Honda, can't see it, HRX 537. And yeah, I'll be along with another video again soon. So thanks for watching.